Now to your money and the empty shelves Americans are finding at the grocery store. Tonight, from COVID to the weather, one expert calling it the perfect storm of reasons behind what we're seeing. Here's ABC's Victor Okenda.
Tonight, the new round of grocery shortages, sending some stores across the country scrambling to restock shelves.
The shelves are pretty bare.
There's no meat, no toilet paper. It's just crazy.
Experts blaming issues including Omicron-related staffing shortages for stores and suppliers, supply chain backlogs due to the pandemic, more people eating at home, and soaring freight costs from a lack of truckers and recent extreme weather.
All of these factors happening all at once is a perfect storm. Shortages and headaches for the consumer that's going out there.
When in doubt, you get like mayonnaise, and I've been actually trying to get one jar for the past month, and it hasn't been there. Every time I come, it's never there.
The Consumer Brands Association finding American grocery stores typically have 7 to 10% of their items out of stock at any given time. Right now, that number is at about 15% for food and beverage products.
Smaller may be better when it comes to getting the product that you need. The smaller grocery stores are very nimble. They get more deliveries at a more frequent rate.
And Aldi, a major supermarket chain, apologized to customers this week because several items were not in stock. The company is blaming shipping delays. They say that they're working around the clock to fix it.
Victor Okenda, our thanks to you tonight.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get...
The secret to making a tasty turkey pinwheel. Make it with Hillshire Farm lunch meat.
Well, there's a new development today in the battle between major U.S. airlines and telecommunications companies over the planned launch of new 5G wireless services. Airlines warn of catastrophic disruptions, and they want the new service to be banned within 2 miles of airport runways. CBS's Chris Van Cleve has the newest information.
Fearing massive flight disruptions as soon as Wednesday morning, an 11th hour compromise to a bureaucratic standoff that had put cell phone providers and airlines on a collision course, with the White House stepping in to mediate.
Certainly minimizing flight disruptions, ensuring safety in travel is a top priority.
AT&T and Verizon will activate more than 90% of their ultra-fast 5G wireless networks as planned Wednesday. But cell phone towers within a 2-mile radius of many of the nation's busiest airports will remain offline, specifically to avoid potential interference with cockpit systems that help pilots land in bad weather and low visibility. United CEO Scott Kirby had warned of potential catastrophe.
5G is now the biggest issue facing the airline industry. It's remarkable to say in a world where we're still in COVID.
Without this compromise, airlines said 1,100 flights a day could be delayed, diverted, or canceled due to 5G, with national commerce grounding to a halt. The FAA says it still expects some issues. The agency has only cleared equipment on about 45% of airliners to operate with 5G networks. Already, Emirates, ANA, JAL, and Air India canceled flights to several U.S. cities until the situation was worked out. Airline industry analyst Henry Hartevelt.
If you don't have to travel on Wednesday, don't. If you can postpone your trip even 24 hours, you may be better off. I think Wednesday's going to be a very chaotic day.
The threat of 5G-related flight disruptions comes after a trying month for flyers who have suffered through tens of thousands of delays and cancellations due to weather and COVID-19 staffing issues.
It's a fasten your seatbelt, hang on kind of week, and the next few weeks as well.
And Chris Van Cleve joins us now from Denver International Airport. So, Chris, how scary is this?
Well, airlines remain concerned even with this deal. A senior FAA official told me not long ago that he expects there will be some, quote, bumps tomorrow, and that's because more than half of airliners aren't approved to use that equipment to land in low visibility at some 82 airports where 5G will be active tomorrow. That could certainly lead to unpredicted disruptions, which is why the airlines are scrambling to figure out what their schedule is going to look like tomorrow. Nora?
Chris Van Cleve with all the details tonight. Thanks.
This is Dombu 7. For some time, we've been telling everyone, make preparations, get ready. If you think the supply shortage is bad now, just wait till this trucking conundrum comes full head. And that's exactly what's happening here. You're looking at a row of trucks. I'm going to play some footage here so you guys can see what's going on here. This is up at the Canadian border.
Protesting the vaccine mandate.
They are lined up, blocking any traffic from going to and fro at the border. This is the truckers trying to make a stand. This is going to affect everybody, though. And for those that don't know, this cross-border vaccine mandate for truckers in and out of Canada is now in effect. The U.S. vaccine mandate takes effect on January 22nd. It's crunch time, ladies and gentlemen. We've warned for a long time to get your supplies up. We'll play another video clip here so you can see just how real this is.
Border into Sumas, Washington for the very last time. It's my last visit to the United States. I used to take 2 loads of lumber south and typically 2 loads of steel north out of Seattle. And that contribution to the economy comes to an end today. That's it. I'm done. And I refuse to give in under any circumstances. I'll never comply. If we don't have bodily autonomy, if we don't have control over ourselves, if we don't own our own physical bodies, then we own nothing at all. This is the hill I'm going to die on. I will never back down.
We never back down. We never back down. That is the motto, and this is the situation, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope you have a plan. I hope you're implementing that plan. One that thinks that they're jabbed, they're just going to have a normal life, you're crazy. This is going to affect all stores, all shelves, all the way around, one way or another. I hope you guys are prepared. Follow me on Twitter and Getter for live updates. Hit that subscribe.
$6,000 loads of freight that is not being put into the Canadian and the U.S. economy. That's 76,000 loads of freight back and forth across the border that's not going to be happening. That's 38,000 loads of freight coming back into Canada, your food, your clothes. That's 38,000 loads of freight not going out of Canada. So if you work at a manufacturing company, you're going to be stockpiled and stuff because there won't be a truck there to pick it up. You don't see this? Wake up. Wake up, and I would suggest you stock up. Take care. Thanks.
Shalom. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles for the edification and knowledge. Thawadi Yahweh Bashem Yahshua for putting the spirit of elders and apostles so we become edified regarding knowing this truth and knowledge, learn this truth and knowledge. Call holy Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Bashem Rakakadash. Give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Bashem Rakakadash. 3 video reports relating to CBS Evening News. And ABC News, and also a W7 report video. ABC News relating to seeing more of the empty shelves. They only getting, progressively worsen. And they're talking about CBS Evening News talking about the 5G plan, where it can interfere with pretty much planes landing, the radar and the sensors where planes can land, especially in bad weather. So there's interference with that. Talking about that. And there's also a Dabu report talking about Trump protests relating to certain requirements up in Canada that could affect certain matters abroad. Let me get some scriptures. This is 2 Ezra 6:20. And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I shew these tokens which are signs. The book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. And the world is vanishing away little by little, man. And tokens and the signs are being made manifest, man. Go to second Ezra 6:22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And that's what's happened. The storehouses related to the supplies, the victuals, they being found empty, man. Look at the stores, man. The grocery stores, how empty the shelves are, related to certain videos that's being posted relating to the certain stores' empty shelves, man. "23. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid." So that warning, that sound is being made manifest, man. Second Ezra 6:24, and at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. So friends are going to become enemies, man. And that relates to the times precursively that's coming into, and the times that will be in the not so distant future, man. And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein, because a lot of things is going to be happening, man. It relates to the state and condition, how the society is going to be, man. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Those physical waters, man, are going to stop. Society, as we know it, is like those running waters. And that flow, that water flow related to in society is beginning to slowly, the flow is beginning thin, man, to eventually where it's going to be cut off permanently, man. So those fountains of represents the things that once were moving, vibrant, and different things, man. It's going to be shut off. It's going to slowly shut off, man. Let me go to Ecclesiastes real quick. Because that guy that was a trucker is pretty much telling you how things are going to get, not just up in where he's at, but pretty much over the border, man. That relates to these the truck protests over certain things. So the trucks are the heart line, the blood flow of getting supplies, man. We'll go to Ecclesiastes 12 and 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease. That's the workers, because there are few. And that's what's happening, man. The grinding is ceasing, man. And those that look out of the windows be darkened. No hope, no future, not very promising. 12 and 4. And the door shall be shut in the streets. Example of that, businesses being closed. Different places that once were open are being closed, being made shut, man. And the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the burn, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. The forms of entertainment, things that made society what is lively, is being shut, man. And when they shall be afraid of which is high and fears shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail, because man goeth his long home, and the mourners go about the street. And that relates to pretty much how it's going to be, man. How once things were used to be, and people are going to mourn because it's not what it used to be, man. People are going to mourn in the street because it's a different dynamic now. The society is changing, man. You could tell that. It's not what it was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, man. It's a whole different dynamic in this society is changing, man. The matrix of the society is changing, man. Let's go to 2nd Ezra 8 and 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them in the latter time that dwell in the world. So many great miseries are going to be done. Why? Because they have walked in great pride. That's the main reason. Pride and wickedness, man. So you're seeing a lot of great miseries. Plus, we in a time of prophecy, man. The Lord is beginning to visit the world which he has made, man. By sending different things, different calamities, different strange phenomenons, unnatural, natural, different things that's happening all over the world, man. We're in that time and season of prophecy, man. And the manifestation is increasing more and more because the rumors of wars, different things that's been going on for years, but now is more in the latter stages now, whereas it's going to be increasing a lot more and happen more frequently than it previously did, man. But these things were spoken that a generation would experience these things, man. Measure thy time diligently in itself. How you measure that time? The signs and the tokens that's happening regarding society, the things that's happening, the things that's manifesting in society, man. And use the scriptures to correlate that, what's going on in society, the things that you're seeing right now. Get some scriptures related to a few of them. We'll read a few. Job 18 and 8. For he is cast into the net by his own feet, and he walketh upon the snare. So he pretty much walked on his own trap, man. The wicked have laid a snare for me, yet I have not erred from thy precepts, the ways, the scriptures. Fear, Limitations 3:47. Fear in a snare is come upon us, desolation, destruction. Proverbs 29 and 8. So that fear, that snare, that trap, yeah. 29 and 8. A scornful man bringeth a city into a snare, a trap, but a wise man turneth away wrath. It's a man of wisdom. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, that's the wicked, and from the noisome pestilence. Let their tables become a snare before them. It's Psalm 69 and 22. And that which should have been for their welfare, let it become a trap. So it's going to be a trap ultimately. This 5G may not be beneficial. I'm just saying it like that. They're telling you it's not going to be beneficial for the planes, regarding especially inclement type weather, landing. It can interfere with interference radar and different things, man. First Timothy 6 and 9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, which is a trap, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. So that trap is going to drown a lot of people in destruction and perdition, man. Job 18 and 10. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. So that trap is going to be made for him, man. For ones that made that trap, they're going to end up being, they're going to fall into that trap, man. Talks about that in scripture. So it's just a few verses relating to that. Proverbs 22 and 25. Lest thou learn his ways and get a snare to thy soul. Learn the ways of who? The ways of the opposition, man. That's going to be a snare to thy soul, man. This is just a few scriptures. I hope this helps. This is all relating to the food shortages, relate on the shelves, on truck protests up in Canada over certain specific things, and the 5G concerns affecting airplane landings and radar and stuff like that. This is Brother Zayab. I hope it helps whoever listens. I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yosha Bashim Rakakadash. This is Brother Zayab, which means wolf. I hope it helps. Shalom. Thanks.